Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why and how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for lending me those wonderful ears. Today, I want to talk about something that's obvious, but not so obvious. Did you know, listen carefully, did you know that we are impulse buyers? Yeah, that's right. We're impulse buyers. What percentage do you think of us are impulse buyers? What percentage would you get from 0 to 100%? What percentage do you think we as consumers are impulse buyers? If you guessed 70%, you would be absolutely correct. The majority of us are impulse buyers. For example, when you walk into a grocery store, did you ever notice that they put the eggs in the back? Did you ever notice that they put, like, say, the meat in the back, the milk in the back? Because they know that we're impulse buyers. And so what does that mean? They know that if we walk to the back of the store, that on the way back, or maybe even on the way to the back, we're going to see some things that we might want. We might see some cookies, some donuts, some potato chips. Okay, I'm being a little too self-revealing here because that would be me. But along the way to the actual items, we might see some stuff, and on the way back. So they got two shots at us to getting us to buy something. Now think about this. If the majority of us are impulse buyers, my question to you is, during your sales process, especially when you've closed a sale or are about to close a sale, do you allow for impulse buys? Now, the impulse buys could come in the shape of maybe upselling or cross-selling, or if you're doing it online, on the way out, are you offering them something? In other words, if they buy something, you might want to recommend something else. Amazon is a master at this. When you buy something, they say people who bought this also bought that. And I think that's a powerful way to take advantage of our impulse nature to buy. Remember, when we're buying something online, for example, we're in that buying mode. We're trying to fix a problem. We're trying to solve something, right? So what a better time than to actually sell something on the checkout. And in sales, face-to-face, maybe it's right before the contract close, or maybe it's right at the contract close, and you might have some additional items you may want to try to squeeze in. Most people don't realize this, but upselling or cross-selling can increase your revenues by up to, listen carefully, 30%. Wow, 30%. Now, I have a new book coming out. It's called Mastering the Upsell, and it's all about different strategies for upselling your clients. In other words, taking advantage of that moment where you sell them something pre-close or at close, and how do you sell them something else and take advantage of that impulse buying nature that we all have. So I will announce the book when it's ready. But for now, I want you to ask yourself the question, are you taking advantage of that impulse buying necessity that people have? In your process online, do you have some upsells and cross-sells? When you're selling face-to-face, when do you upsell or cross-sell? Is it before the contract close, at the contract close, or immediately after the close? All are valid, but are they part of your process? So keep this in mind. Buyers are impulse buyers, 70%, and if we can take advantage of that through upselling or cross-selling, we can sell or increase our revenues, rather, by up to 30%. And that right there is a game changer. And that is it for the Sales Influence Podcast. Leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, Pandora, Spotify. You get the idea. YouTube, I'm all over the place. Love to hear your feedback. Also, keep in mind the Sales Velocity Academy. I do have a Mastering the Upsell Masterclass in the Academy. So go check it out at salesvelocityacademy.com. This is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling hard when you know how. Take care. Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes.
But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.